Hey, what's up, world of YouTube? My name is Pat, and this is number 12 on You Know What Sucks About Being a Guy. And I hate to say it, but this one's not going to be really funny at all, but there's a lot of truth to it. And you know what sucks about being a guy? Steroid use. And I'm dead serious about this. And that, in movies, and like, I'm not just talking about athletes here, right? And I would never use steroids. I'm putting that down on the table right now. I think it's pathetic. I think people who use steroids are pathetic. And I think they have ego issues, and I think that people who end up like going to the gym 3 hours a day have serious emotional and self-confidence issues. Anyways, that said, though, I think though that more and more kids and more boys, particularly, are being forced into using steroids, and it's not the athletes that are doing this. It's not, I mean, Jerry Maguire, that piece of shit. Like, he's like skinny as me, like a rail or whatever, first year, and then like 1 year later, he doubles his weight. He's like, oh, I'm not on steroids. I don't know what you're talking about. And he's holding like a toothpick that's actually a bat. But I mean, that aside, though, I mean, let's talk about steroids in real life. That what people are presented on TV and stuff, and in movies. That I mean, like that's not a regular, typical like male body. I mean, that's just the facts. I mean, the bodies that are presented as an average male in movies is like a body that you would have to either spend like 3 hours a day, like every day in the gym to acquire, or quite frankly, steroid use. And you think that actors like Ben Affleck, like go into movies like Tropic Thunder and get that buff without doing steroids? You're kidding yourself. You are completely fooling yourself. I mean, I could point out people like Arnold Schwarzenegger that just goes without saying, but like any actor out there who's like buff at all, they got that way because they're on steroids, because they're required to gain and lose weight constantly for movies. I don't think Vin Diesel's on steroids though. I think that he's probably one of the exceptions because he's actually a major nerd, and you can look into the history of him, and that he got all buff because he was trying to protect him and his friends who were really into Dungeons and Dragons and got harassed by bullies at school for it. So I think that he might be the exception to it, but I think any other actor, and I'm talking about like famous actors too. I'm talking about people like Brad Pitt, and I'm talking about people like serious actors like that. I think that they're all on steroids because there's no way that you can jump from one role to the other in less than a year and have to dynamically change your body type without doing that and resorting to that. Because I mean, like, I don't care what kind of body type you have, you're not gonna like get that cut that fast without the use of steroids. So it's it's an unreasonable standard to live up to, which kind of I guess goes back to my earlier video. But the fact of the matter is, though, that I think that today more than ever, kids, boys are having steroid use shoved in their face, and it's horrible and it's not natural, and it's like people who end up being these meatheads who go to the gym and all that actually look down on people who don't, and they treat them badly, and they almost treat them like it's not even like oh well I'm just better than you. It's worse than that. It's almost like there's something wrong with you for not being like this and for not looking like a professional wrestler who, guess what, they're not getting that kind of body type without doing steroids either. And it's just ridiculous. And I think that people need to get like angry again about steroids, and we're not doing it. And I think it really sucks for guys growing up in this day and age, and that it's got to be harder than ever to be a teenage guy, because since all these other guys in their class are doing it and getting buff and getting these perfect body types and whatnot, that it's like they're never going to be able to get a girlfriend unless they do it themselves, they feel like. And it really sucks, and it's something that really sucks about being a guy. Sorry for being unfunny. I promise you my next one will be funny, but thanks for watching, and have a good day.